Did you know that the Second World War started because of a false flag operation? Now let's delve into this intriguing and terrifying fact. This operation is known as the Gleiwitz Incident, an event that took place on the last day of August in 1939. The scene of this covert operation was the German radio station sender Gleiwitz, located in Gleiwitz, Upper Silesia, Germany. Now, what's most shocking is that this operation was conducted by Nazi forces, but here's the twist. They weren't representing themselves as German soldiers. No, they were posing as Poles. Yes, you heard it right. They were disguised as Polish insurgents, stirring up a conflict that was nothing but a well-orchestrated deception. This incident, this fabrication, was then used as a justification, an excuse by none other than Adolf Hitler to launch an invasion against Poland. And thus, the world was plunged into the Second World War. This incident was used as an excuse by Hitler to invade Poland, marking the start of the Second World War. Ever heard of the term blitzkrieg? It's a war strategy that changed the course of history. The word blitzkrieg is German for lightning war, and it's as sudden and destructive as a bolt from the blue. In essence, blitzkrieg is a method of offensive warfare designed to strike a swift, focused blow at an enemy using mobile, maneuverable forces. It's like a chess game where you make a quick, decisive move to checkmate your opponent before they even realize what's happening. The blitzkrieg strategy relies heavily on speed and surprise, using a concentrated force to break through enemy lines, encircle them, and force a quick surrender. It's not just about brute strength. It's about strategic agility, precision, and the element of surprise. This strategy was a major game changer during the Second World War. It led Germany to conquer Poland, Denmark, Norway, and France in quick succession. And that, my friends, is the terrifying power of blitzkrieg. The Holocaust was one of the most chilling facts about the Second World War. A horrifying chapter in human history. The Holocaust saw the systematic, state-sponsored genocide of 6 million Jews by Nazi Germany and its collaborators. This was not a random act of violence or a spontaneous outburst of hatred. It was a meticulously orchestrated campaign of persecution and murder, set into motion by a regime fueled by anti-Semitic ideologies. From the ghettos of Warsaw to the gas chambers of Auschwitz, the Nazis embarked on a relentless quest to exterminate the entire Jewish population of Europe. Men, women, and children were targeted with equal ruthlessness, their lives snuffed out in an assembly line fashion. In the face of such unimaginable horror, stories of resilience, courage, and humanity also emerged. Yet the Holocaust remains a grim reminder of the depths to which humanity can sink. The Holocaust remains one of the most horrific acts of genocide in history. Operation Barbarossa was the largest military operation in human history in terms of manpower. In the early morning of June 22, 1941, an unprecedented force of more than 3 million Axis troops broke into the Soviet Union. It was a surprise attack, breaking the non-aggression pact that the two nations had previously signed. This operation was a colossal gamble for Hitler's Germany, a bet to knock out the Soviet Union, their erstwhile ally, before they could become a threat. Hitler's plan was to seize the Soviet Union's rich resources, particularly its vast expanses of fertile farmland, which he believed would make Germany self-sufficient and unstoppable. But the gamble didn't pay off. The Soviets fought back with an unyielding spirit, turning the tide of the war. The harsh winter, the vastness of the territory, and the fierce resistance of the Red Army took a heavy toll on the invaders. Despite initial success, the invasion marked a significant turning point in favor of the Allies. The Battle of Stalingrad was one of the deadliest battles in history. This brutal confrontation, spanning over 5 long, bloody months from August 1942 to February 1943, brought the Russian forces and the Axis into a deadly headlock. It was a clash of titans, a dance of death, played out in the snow-blanketed city of Stalingrad. The scale of human cost was staggering. It's believed that nearly 2 million people lost their lives, marking this as one of the most devastating battles of World War II. The city itself, once a vibrant hub of industry, was reduced to rubble, a haunting testament to the horrors of war. But the Battle of Stalingrad wasn't just about the catastrophic loss, it was a turning point. The Russian forces managed to encircle and capture the German Sixth Army, dealing a crushing blow to the Axis. This marked a significant shift in the war's dynamics. With the Axis defeat, the tide of the war started to turn in favor of the Allies. The Second World War ended with the only use of nuclear weapons in war to this day. In August of 1945, The United States ushered in the atomic age with the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The first bomb, named Little Boy, was dropped on Hiroshima, obliterating the city and killing approximately 140,000 people instantly. 3 days later, Fat Man, the second bomb, detonated over Nagasaki, causing approximately 70,000 immediate deaths. These bombings marked a new chapter in human history, characterized by the terrifying power of nuclear weapons. The immediate and long-term effects of these bombings were catastrophic, causing widespread destruction and suffering. The world watched in horror as the devastating power of these weapons became evident. The bombings forced Japan to surrender, thus concluding the most destructive conflict in human history. These bombings brought an abrupt end to the war, but at a devastating cost. The Second World War left a profound impact on the world. As the smoke of battlefields cleared, the world was left to grapple with a new reality. The devastation was unimaginable. Millions of lives were lost, cities lay in ruin, economies were shattered, and old empires crumbled. In the midst of this chaos, world leaders recognized the need for a global organization that could prevent such a catastrophe from happening again. Thus, the United Nations was born, establishing a platform for international dialogue and conflict resolution. But as one war ended, another was brewing. The ideological rift between the United States and the Soviet Union widened, giving birth to the Cold War. This silent conflict, characterized by political tension and proxy wars, would shape global politics for the next half-century. The Second World War deeply scarred the world, but it also led to significant changes in global politics and society. It served as a stark reminder of the horrors of war and the importance of maintaining peace.